Check, check, check. Hey. Hey, everybody. I am Ash, Community Manager for Titanfall Assault, and we are going to do a quick microphone level check. So if everything sounds good to you, please let us know here in the chat and everything's fine and we can adjust accordingly. Hey, everybody. Wow, there's a lot of you here. That makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Thank you guys so much. There's a bunch of you here. Great. So we have 2 hours of fun stuff planned. We're going to be doing some giveaways, which we'll announce in a minute. We're going to be talking with the devs. We're going to be playing with you guys in the community. We're going to be having fun talking about how Jack and BT made it to the game, and also about some stuff that you might see in the future in Titanfall Assault. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And like I said, I'm Ash, Community Manager for Titanfall Assault, and I'm going to let these two gentlemen introduce themselves.
Hey guys, I'm Ted. I'm the Creative Director on Titanfall Assault.
Hey, I'm Hugh. I'm a game designer over here.
Yes, and you guys are going to be answering lots of questions from the community and also playing against the community and maybe beating them or maybe not. They've gotten really good.
There's only one way to find out.
Let me just say this. I got to start playing the game maybe just a couple days before launch. Everyone in the community is so much better than me now. It's pathetic. Like, I had a losing streak the other day of, I don't even know, like 5 or 6 in a row, and it was just all me. Like, because like I said in an earlier stream, I try and be sort of, I theme my decks, which isn't probably the best thing to do, but I theme my desk. Yeah, I guess it depends on the theme. Absolutely. So really quick, I do want to talk just for a minute before we get down to to business. We had Hurricane Irma here in Orlando, and it actually, how many days did you guys miss in the studio?
Oh gosh, it hit on the weekend, and we were definitely out the Monday after, and probably
we got
2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, which was important because our yards were full of stuff.
There was a lot of debris cleanup.
Mine still is. Like, I was, I don't know if people in chat here care, but I was without power for a week. I was without internet for 12. Thank you. I was without internet for 12 days, and for someone that I was really actually dying to play Titanfall Assault. But I had no internet for 12 days, no power for 7 days. So yeah, Hurricane Irma, and there are obviously people all over the state. And really, I mean, the world's kind of getting rocked by natural disasters right now that had it much worse than myself, so I really shouldn't complain.
Yeah, I genuinely felt bad because we were all sort of texting each other, like, "Are you guys okay? How's everything?" And then the question always came up, "Do you still have power?" We don't have power here. And in our area, we just never lost it. We were lucky in that sense.
Welcome. Thanks for the follow, Mario Gamer. We very much appreciate it. So let me go ahead and quickly plug some of our social media channels. First of all, thank you guys so much. Just this week, I started taking over social, and so in the early parts of the day, you'll see me on Twitter, which is at TF Assault, Facebook, which is /Titanfall Mobile, Instagram, Titanfall Mobile. So we're going to be having some fun stuff on Instagram as well. If you don't follow us on Instagram, definitely go there. I'm going to be posting some behind-the-scenes stuff up here at the studio in the making of Titanfall Assault. So if you're interested in the Titanfall universe and you want to see kind of how the sauce is made, then definitely give us a follow on Instagram, Titanfall Mobile. And I want to give a shout out quickly to both the Discord and Reddit communities because they're very active. I've been hopping in Discord in the morning, and some of the players from the highest ranked guilds in the game are in there talking strategy and helping each other out, and it's actually really cool. So if you haven't been over to the Titanfall Discord server or Titanfall Assault Discord server, definitely hop in there, check it out, say hi to those guys. They will be happy to help you with any questions or concerns that you have about the game, and you might see me in there as well, so say hi to me. Also, I want to say that we are doing some giveaways. So about every 30 minutes, we're going to be giving away some fun stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little click here. So yeah, so not now, so don't do it now, but on the 30-minute mark when I announce it, if you shout out TFA in the channel, you can actually have a chance to win the Jack Cooper and BT bundle. So that is something that is a lot of fun. Some of you guys are already using Jack and BT. I know I have faced Jack and BT numerous times already, but you have an opportunity to win them at the 30-minute mark and then every 30 minutes subsequently. So hang in there, watch the stream, ask some questions, hang out, have a good time, and then, I'll give you guys a chance to win some stuff, which will be really fun. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about let's start with the AMP Trophy event.
Right. So we've run trophy events in the past.
I'm going to just switch to a fancy graphic, too.
Oh, sure. There it is.
So there you go.
So in the past, we've run trophy events before, but we wanted to do something special to kind of help celebrate Jack and BT being released and this everything that else came with this update. So we decided, well, what if we take the AMP trophy event, or the regular trophy event, which normally runs for 3 days, and typically we've done it at the start of the week to midweek. We decided, well, let's extend it by a day. So it's going to be a 4-day event, or it is a 4-day event because it's running now. And it's going to run through this weekend. So it ends sometime on Sunday. And what we did with it was we took all the rewards, and there are 3 tiers, just like the other trophy events. But each of those rewards has been significantly juiced up.
Significant.
Yes. So now, in addition to more credits and more cards, you're also going to be getting tokens out of these caches, and you'll be getting a chance. All the caches have a chance of giving you legendary, but if you achieve the tier 3 level, you will guaranteed a legendary card, and it could be Jack or BT. So the idea is
a couple guys in the studio actually got a Jack and BT like randomly, which is
we're testing the caches. They were popping up. So we also reduced the threshold, so the amount of trophies that you have to get in order to get into each tier is a little bit easier. We just wanted to make it more accessible to everyone. And again, it's only 1 cache you're going to get at the end of it, but you just keep gaining trophies, keep advancing that meter, and every reward is going to be great, but get that tier 3 reward because that's absolutely the best one.
Right. So that is, of course, our AMP Trophy event, which is live until the end of the weekend. Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is going to shut down, so you guys have plenty of time to go through and get your guaranteed legendary, which is a nice little prize, which is pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about Jack and BT and sort of how they found their way into the game. Obviously, these characters are well loved, and as they should be. The Titanfall 2 campaign was absolutely fantastic. So, how did you guys go about, from concept to completion, bringing them from Titanfall 2 into Titanfall Assault?
So we've been making a lot of different pilots and Titans throughout the development of this game, and we really kind of put Jack and BT off in a corner. We said, okay, let's figure out what the core gameplay is first. Let's figure out how to make pilots and Titans that feel good first. And a lot of those pilots and Titans in the game are a lot simpler than what Jack and BT bring to the table. Jack and BT have so much more going on. They have so many more abilities and capabilities in the Titanfall 2 campaign that we wanted to make sure that those 2 characters felt special inside Titanfall Assault also. So if there were some people that might have seen some leaked stuff early on when we first pushed out the build, and they might have seen that we had a different version of Jack and a different version of BT that was in development. We actually tested out a lot of different abilities, tried a bunch of different things that felt right. And what we ended up with are these 2 characters that have numerous abilities for each of them. I'll just run through what Jack can do first.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
He's our first pilot in the game that is carrying around 2 weapons. He's carrying around a smart pistol, and he's carrying around his data knife. And when he first gets into a fight, he's going to use his smart pistol to attack, and then he's going to switch over to his data knife, and he starts doing his slashing attacks. And while his smart pistol is anti-human, his data knife is actually anti-robotic. So he's really good at taking out groups of robotic infantry or taking out Sim Ninja.
or taking out Sim
Ninja.
Yeah.
He can't deploy anywhere like Sim Ninja, but he can still fight him. Beyond that, Jack is also, just as he's moving around the map, he's our first pilot that's able to slide on his knees. So when Jack finishes landing from a jump, he'll go into a slide if he has enough space, and that actually gives him a movement speed boost. So he's able to move around the map a little bit differently than any of our other characters. Now, once he gets up to a hard point and he captures it, he's going to phase out. So he's able to immediately phase, and when he is phased, the enemy can't do any damage to him, and neither you or the enemy can buff or debuff him in any way. So he's pretty much removed from play. He's going to then move on to his next hard point that he wants to go capture. And if he sees a pilot, along the way, he's going to try to execute them. He's going to try to do a critical strike with his knife.
Which looks great. I love it.
So,
except for I don't have him yet, so it still looks great even though I'm receiving it as a player. So.
The version where he's repeatedly stabbing them in the neck.
Yes.
We had to tone that back.
It was very graphic when he was disturbed. We also had a version where he was able to one-shot any pilot with this attack. And that was pretty crazy too. So we toned that down a bit and made it so that it's a flat amount of damage. After that, that's not all, I would say. So he's already able to do quite a bit. But then let's say that you take all the hard points and now Jack is phased out and he's running towards the enemy base. Well, once he sees one of those turrets, he's actually going to hack the turret with his data knife and he's going to stun it for a couple of seconds so that he's not taking damage from the turret, other people aren't taking damage from the turret, which, as some people discovered early on, this is really strong if you pair them up with characters like Gunner and Arc Boomer. Like, these three pilots can destroy the enemy heavy base if you throw all three of them at the base.
That's impressive.
Yes.
I'm sure you're going to start seeing that strategy quite a bit, actually using pilots for base destruction.
It's tricky to pull off, but I'm sure we'll see it some.
That's great.
And that pretty much covers it for Jack.
Let's look at BT then.
And then for BT, this is another character that throughout the campaign you saw him do a lot of different stuff. For us, we decided to key in on bringing in the first true execution into Titanfall Assault. So that's the first really big thing to call out for him is once he sees an enemy Doomed Titan, he will go and he will finish it off no matter how much Doomed health that Titan still has. Which is really good against.
Notice he rushes in too.
Yes, he dashes in.
You see that coming, you're like, oh no.
His thrusters. It's over. So if you throw reserve Titans at him, he's going to take one reserve Titan down at a time, just over and over again. And even like the heavy Titans, like the Core Ogre and the Core Scorch, once they're doomed, he's able to finish them off, and that's a lot of hit points for him to take away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beyond that, he has his chain gun normally, which is good anti-human. But he also has his rocket pods that are coming up from his backpack, and those are targeting multiple enemies, and they're doing area damage. So he is able to really clear out hard points that have infantry all over him. Once he's charged up his core ability, he has his burst core, which he switches all of his ammo for both his chain gun and his rocket pods over to arc ammo, and now he's doing anti-robotic damage. And it's for a short period, but it does a lot of burst damage.
Right. So there's someone in the chat asking, why is he 8 supply, though? I think you just answered why he's 8 supply.
He's got a lot going on.
You have to save up for a while to bring him out, but then once he comes out, he's very formidable, so... it makes sense. I think that's a good cost for him. Like any lesson to be like, well, I mean, he kind of does a bit of everything. He's a beast. A lot of fun to see him out in the field, though, running around, taking down units. Let's talk for a minute about balancing these two and the challenges you guys have faced. And on top of that, what players can do when they're facing off against Jack and BT. Maybe some counters. For our people here that are in the chat that maybe want a tip on how to take them out. Like, what do you guys suggest?
Well, for Jack, you can use mines. Mines is something that's really good against Jack, just because you know that he's going to end up at a hard point when he comes out of phase, and if there's a mine waiting for them, that's going to stun him. And then if you can time it up with placing some other units down at the same time, then they're going to open fire while he's stunned.
Right.
Jack is really good in one-on-ones. He costs 4, which is just as much as any other pilot. The other 2 4-cost pilots they're actually going to lose one-on-ones against him, because one's a Sim Ninja who's robotic, and Jack does a lot of good damage with his data knife. And the other one is Arc Boomer, and Arc Boomer is really all about taking out robotic units. So if you're going to face off against Jack, you're probably going to want to bring multiple pilots to the fight, and you're going to want to stagger him a little bit. So you could send 2 2-cost pilots, and that's going to take out Jack, who costs 4 in a lot of situations. And you're just going to have to be really wary of playing around that whole phase shift ability.
Right.
People are used to playing against Grunt Captain, and they know that once Grunt Captain captures a hard point, he calls down his 2 grunts. In the same way that you're going to want to prevent Grunt Captain from capturing a point, you're going to want to prevent Jack from capturing a point.
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely imposing when you see him on the field.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And you can see him just string from hard point to hard point, taking things out along the way.
Right.
But if you don't use him right, he doesn't...
Yeah, I've noticed facing him myself, just, since, a couple days since release, he gets overwhelmed pretty quickly. Yeah. So if you have, 2 more pilots or even a pilot and a handful of grunts, like, they can do a fair amount of damage to him. So he's not by any means invincible. You have to play him correctly.
Yeah, if he's not able to capture that hard point and enter his phase shift, then he can get into big trouble.
That is very true. Let me go back to this just so we can show some stuff off here. Actually, I have a video here that we have not shown yet, so let's go ahead and show that real quick. I don't know if you guys have even seen this. I'm going to go ahead and put it on real quick. This is just a Jack video.
Let's do this.
First time here on this.
We've got Hardpoint Charlie. Get over there and patch me in.
So that's pretty cool. That was the first time we actually showed that, so we'll probably have that up on social a little bit later, but that's a little Jack video that they threw together. You guys want to show these guys? Well, actually, let's talk, before we show these guys in action, do you have anything else from this series of patch notes that just came out that you want to talk about to the audience, like any cool stuff that you guys added? Any new features or any balance stuff or anything that's kind of new to the scene that you want to bring up?
Definitely the change to daily objectives would be good to cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for our daily objectives, we pushed an update that after you got through whatever objectives you had before the patch, any new objectives that you get are going to be leveling up the cards that are eligible for that objective up to your turret level. So let's say that you get a daily objective to play with the Scorch Titan. If your Scorch in your collection is only level 1, well, you can put him into your squad, and for any game that you're playing to help complete that objective, he's now brought up to your turret level. So if you have a turret level of 10, he's going to be level 10.
That's really handy.
Yeah.
So that way it helps you just complete those objectives without feeling like you're nerfing yourself. Or
Yeah, that's really what it was based on, is players who were unwilling to or didn't like having
your
to change up their
trophies,
squad.
right? Yeah.
And risking their trophies, yeah. But now that since we boost those units, it's a big
That's
incentive.
cool. That's a really good idea.
As my own anecdotal evidence, I'd had these Sniper Spectres sitting in my collection that were under-leveled, and a Spectre Depot under-leveled, and then once I got that objective, I threw both of those guys in there, and then I was able to play with that different squad, and it felt pretty different from a lot of the other matches that I've been playing. And then same thing with once I did get the Scorch objective and throwing in Thermal Scorch, who got buffed this patch. His cost went down from 6 down to 5. I was able to throw him in there and try him out with some base destruction.
So that's fun. That's really cool. Anything else from patch notes that's popping into your heads now? If not, we can easily move on. I just didn't know if there was anything. I know you were throwing them together the other night, so.
Yeah, let's see, Crash
Putting
Site.
you on the spot, yeah.
So we wanted to get more map variety for players that are just starting out sooner. Crash Site used to be unlocked at a later player level. We moved it up to player level 2. So essentially, when you get out of training, you're going to be dealing with 2 maps, Training Grounds and Crash Site. So that should be good for starting players.
Awesome.
Yeah, there were a couple of bug fixes that went out that I'm pretty happy about, like with the really hope that the number of units getting bumped into terrain, that should be pretty much taken care of now.
Okay.
And we'll keep fixing any problems like that pop up. Stuff like besides that, there was also a fix for mines.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the mines should be detonated when a Titan falls on them, and it shouldn't do any damage to the Titan. We took care of that, and that is all fixed up now. So they're like just ongoing miscellaneous bug fixes that we're going to keep pushing.
I'm sure.
There's also the concept of hacked caches added in.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I totally forgot to mention that.
So victory caches, they come in different sizes, but they take different durations to open. But the idea was we wanted to occasionally give you a cache that would open like almost immediately. So the idea of a hacked cache, where it essentially has, a 6-second timer? Mm-hmm. So it still contains great contents, but it just opens right away, so you can clear up a slot and then keep battling.
And then all the costs for caches, victory caches, have come down. So it's cheaper to open your caches up faster than it ever was before.
And that's stuff that you guys are figuring out since the game's still very new. You're figuring out through analytics and watching players and paying attention to the community and seeing what people like. And you guys pay attention to all that stuff and change things accordingly. So I think that's really cool. Yeah. I do want to talk, before we go ahead and give away prizes in a little bit, I want to talk quickly about drones, because we haven't talked about drones since the last stream, which was almost a month ago at this point. Drones came out between the 2 streams. We were going to do a stream, and then the storm hit, because we were going to do a stream about drones because they're pretty cool. Since drones came out, sort of what has the reaction been, and how can players best implement them, and best utilize them on their teams, and also how can players counter them?
Well, drones came out. I think that people have found that they fit into the meta in a really nice way. Before them, there weren't a lot of answers for Sim Ninja that felt really good to use, but now you see a Sim Ninja drop down, you throw your drones on top of them, and you know that they're going to take him out if the enemy doesn't do anything to back him up. And besides him, it's the other units that have melee weapons. They can attack the drones in the air, and even stuff that use thermite, so Scorch and Pyro Bruiser, those guys can't attack the drones. The drones will just keep flying and chipping away at them. So that has fit out well. Drones are also very useful in base destructions. You can pretty much place them wherever you want on the little outskirts of the map. So while you are pushing the base from the front with your Titans, you can drop your drones in back behind the heavy turret to get extra DPS. That's a little bit harder for enemies to
I know the
spare.
first couple times I encountered them, I was like, what do I do? I was so jammed, and I think I even asked you guys, I was like, what's the best thing? And I think you just said lots of arc damage, and even I found like my leveled up grunt squads do relatively well against them. Like they don't take them out entirely, but they do a fair amount of damage. So it's it's something for a cheap cost. You can take them out.
These drones are beefy. They can't capture the hard points like the grunt squad, so they're actually they need to be stronger because of that. They're balanced a little bit more like a sentry would be balanced. It's like it's this heavy combat unit, or a unit that is used primarily for combat. But there are some answers, like Arc Boomer's really good against them. The Rocket Grunts are really good against them. Ion destroys them very quickly. So there's a variety of different cards that can help take them out. If you can get an EMP off on them while also getting other units in the blast radius of the EMP, then it's a very good counter.
Good stuff.
I just really love their behavior of patrolling the hard points. They'll just go to a hard point and circle it, and then they'll go on to the next. And they're great for just distracting groups of enemies while you attack them with something else.
They're sort of a psychological warfare tool on me, because when I see them, I instantly stop paying attention to capturing hard points or base destruction, and I instantly start focusing on I need to take these drones out. So it for me at least, they kind of put me in panic mode at this point at my level of play, and so I'm it's like people forget about that in competitive games. A lot of it is psychological. And so sometimes there are units that are that appear to be a lot scarier than they actually are. And they actually alter player behavior, which I think is fantastic. Right now, drones are that for me. So when I see them, I'm like, oh God, what do I do? So let's quickly, before we do a giveaway, and for those of you guys just tuning in, first of all, thank you for tuning in. We very much appreciate it. We're going to be here for about another hour and a half plus. Like I said, every 30 minutes we're going to be doing a giveaway. We are going to be giving away Jack and BT bundles. A handful of those every half an hour, so don't do it right now. But we're going to be giving away in just a few minutes. Just kind of give you guys a reminder. We'll also be talking about, answering questions from you guys here in the chat. We're going to be playing the game with you in the community, and we're going to be having a good old time. But let's quickly play a quick round with Jack and BT before we jump in. And who would like to play? Quick round with Jack and BT before we actually go in and...
Right. Who am I going to play against?
Work Rider, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it.
Are we playing guild members?
We may want to give a shout out to the guild, yeah.
Oh, we're not going to play with guild members just yet, unless you really want to. I figure we'll open that up in a minute and do a big announcement. Right. But this is just kind of a showing Jack and BT and maybe some drones in action. And if you guys want to practice, yeah. I can take some questions from chat here while you guys are playing quickly.
I'll let you narrate.
Ah, yes. I love when you guys do this.
All right, so a little practice match against Arcadia on Crash Site. So usually when I'm playing with Jack, I'll get him out right away to capture the first hard point, just to make sure he enters his phase.
Reporting for duty. Infantry moving out.
Monster Clips ask, why are you so good looking? I think that's probably I'm going to say for Hugh.
Oh, I mean...
Hugh gets all the love here in chat.
I appreciate that.
Genetics. Jon Snow 9999, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it. Really quickly with the Serious Lee, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it. we'll do the announcement of the guild that we're going to be playing with you guys in just a few minutes after we do our first giveaway. So probably we'll do our first giveaway after this match here, and then we'll go ahead, do a giveaway, and then we'll do some play with the devs for a little bit.
You see Jack just phasing in and out as he's moving around. So he captures the hard point right away. He goes into phase. Now nothing can deal any damage to him. He's running around free and fast. And you also see the slides as he's jumping down from rooftops. He'll come back out.
Oh,
Here there were no pilots to execute, so he just pops out once he gets to that next hard point and then starts attacking those grunts.
And normally when I have Jack and BT, I have BT in the first slot to get him out right away. So I gotta work around that.
We're not ready for that deck setup.
No. Alright. So BT, since he is A cost, you do have to save up for him, but when he gets out there, he's definitely impactful.
Use him against that reserve.
Oh, here we go. So he's already doomed. BT managed to get there in time.
Atlas. Oh, he'll make it.
Oh, you got it.
Maybe, maybe.
Get him, get him, get him! Oh, denied.
Not this time.
I'm sure we'll find something else.
One cool thing that Jack and BT do, and this is something we're going to start working into more units, is they actually change up their VO as they're deployed, so they're not saying the same thing, and they'll actually respond to each other. So if Jack's already out in the field and you deploy BT, BT will say like, "Good to see you, Pilot Cooper," or Jack will say, "Hey BT, what's up?" So just little touches that.
I'm a huge fan of that, and I was really excited to hear that you guys got Matt Mercer, voice of Jack, back to reprise his role. So there's actually all new VO for Jack and for BT.
Yeah, we really like that.
But yeah, Matt Mercer is a fantastic voice actor, and I'm sure a lot of you guys in here are probably fans of Critical Role and Matt's work. And he came back for Jack, so all new Jack lines.
So BT just switched over to his arc rounds.
Wild Burn, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it.
And this is where BT just goes into taking out reserve Titans.
I can't send you any more supplies.
Got a Hog Grenadier up at A. That's
No
it.
problem.
Easy work of Arcadia.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This was a good deck to counter her, so.
Very nice. That's good timing because we can do a giveaway now. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is we are going to do a quick giveaway. So we're gonna give away Jack and BT bundles for a few minutes here. So we're gonna go ahead and flash the prize up on the screen. All you have to do here in chat is say TFA in chat, and that enters you into the chat, and our magical robots will select winners. You will not be notified immediately. You'll be notified later, probably this evening, if you won. So don't go expecting a message instantaneously if you won. You won't know till later. But while this is running for a minute, Muzzy, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. All right, we are back. We are going to do some play with devs. So first of all, thank you guys for trying to win stuff. We appreciate you trying to win stuff. There are going to be a couple more opportunities. We're going to do another one at 4 p.m. Eastern, and another one at 4:30, and then another one at 5. So there's going to be 3 more chances to win things. Right now, what we're going to do is open it up to play with the devs. So if you want to join the guild and play with the devs live on the stream, you're going to be joining the guild Particle City. So I guess if you want to flash that up and show that on the screen so they can they can join it. And yes, you'll have to guild hop for a little bit. But yeah, if you join Particle City, there'll be an opportunity to play on the stream with the guys that made the game, and of course people in the studio that are playing now too. There's other devs floating around with their stuff. And this is sort of the laid back fun segment of the stream, where we just kind of get to play games with you guys and get our butts kicked by you. So
it's funny, we kept the guild going from the last stream we did. I never left it.
Oh yeah.
Light him up.
I guess while people are joining up and before we get started, I kind of forgot to announce at the beginning of the stream, but coming up, we're going to be doing frequent, we'll still be doing dev streams. So dev streams where you guys can ask questions that are kind of centered around content releases and things of that nature. But we're also going to be doing just sort of fun, laid back community streams on a more frequent basis. So you'll be seeing a lot of activity on this channel. And of course, you'll see me posted on all the social channels. So if you just want to hang out, play with myself and some of the other devs, I'll have the times posted in the coming weeks, and I'll let you guys know. But there are community streams coming, and so you guys can come and maybe win some stuff and hang out. And so while you guys are playing against the community, I'm also going to answer some questions here from chat, if you have any. So if I see any pop up, I'll quickly ask those. Otherwise, I'll commentate a little bit.
I'm going to accept this Tough Hunter challenge. He's one of the top players on the leaderboard.
Oh, is he really? Oh,
yeah.
Boy. All right. Good luck.
He's in the big easy normally.
I have a question that I know we can't answer with a concrete answer right now about when will the two new maps be added. I can just say that they are being worked on and they're gorgeous, and they're coming soon. Trademark. Soon TM.
Maybe sooner than you think.
Maybe sooner than you think. There we go.
Alright, I just accepted one.
Scanning for targets. We got Alpha.
Your Titans will be ready in 30 seconds.
There can only be one Jack Cooper.
Battle of the Jacks. Drones are brutal. So this is Tough Hunter, and you said Tough is currently one of the highest ranked.
Yes. I'm not sure what his exact position is right now, but he's definitely one of the ones up there. We got to get a couple more devs grabbing devices and playing some matches.
They're on call.
Yeah, get in there, guys.
So I got whole hardpoint control right now. He's got Jack coming to defend himself. I've got my drones flying around.
I am here to help.
BT's gonna say hello to Jack right here in the middle, but it's not the normal BT that Jack likes to see. That's an enemy BT.
We've lost Charlie.
One funny thing is, if there's two Jack Coopers on the field, when the second Jack Cooper gets deployed, the first one says something about a mirror match.
Shocking development, right?
EMP against the Gunner and the Ronin. Don't want Gunner teeing off against my Ronin, or
Ooh, this
against
is-
my BT, I should say.
Quite a rumble here at the second hard point. Oh, good execution.
There goes that core ability, taking out the drones quickly.
This fight is too close for comfort.
And Core Scorch is going to finish off BT. He's got his own Jack coming out here.
Light and Dark says, help in Illinois. People are dying from heat exhaustion in 95-degree weather. I'm very sorry to hear that, Light and Dark. We just also recently went through a large period with no power and
Let's do this.
a lot of heat, so we totally feel your pain.
Just lost hardpoint Alpha.
think Sim Ninja just got hurt badly because people are laughing at him in the chat.
We've got hardpoint Charlie.
So if you are here in the Twitch chat and you do end up facing off against a dev, let us know which dev number you faced off against or which dev member you faced off against, and we will talk about it in the chat as well.
Charlie lost.
We keep changing hands here on hardpoint control. I had the good advantage for a while, then you grabbed everything back. But I have BT out there that's full health right now. So this is going to be, he's going to need to figure out a way of taking him out. We've got a little bit of supply to back him up. That nuke will do most of it.
There you go. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, although he managed to get that execution off right in time.
That's a close
And
match.
Gunner is going to be in trouble too. There we go.
Oh boy.
This is a very close match.
It's desperate times for me.
He's got to get one more hard point or uncap that other one. Oh, no.
Oh,
That was close.
Not quite.
Omar 3904, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate it.
He's going to hold on to it.
Light and Dark asks, how does one do an execution? It is one of BT's special abilities. So when
not
Titan
gonna
is
be
doomed,
good. He's got me.
he can slide in there and
That was a
execute.
good game.
Game Queen, thank you very much for the
GG,
follow.
tough.
They got us.
Ooh,
He took the win.
he took the win. Tough, congratulations. You just took out a very formidable opponent.
He only
That's-
has 17,000 trophies. I mean,
Oh my gosh. Oh my
We've got
gosh.
work to do.
That was a good match. That was a lot of fun.
let's see, Hex Angel here.
I'm sure I can out-eat the man who invented barbecue. That's probably true. I could probably do the same thing. That was a really good match. It was a lot of fun. Hexagon Angel asks, who sniped me? One of you guys just face off against Hexagon Angel?
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, people. Let's show them what we're made of.
There we go.
Pilot Jack Cooper here.
So, Hex Angel, you are facing off against Hugh. I'm new to TFA. How do I join a guild? You should just be able to. What's the best way to kind of explain here? I'll get my iPad out so I can explain it while looking at it, because otherwise, trying to do it from memory, I'm going to sound like a knucklehead.
Be advised, Titans are ready in 30 seconds.
Stealth systems active.
Oh, I just accepted. Who's Particle City Dev 2? I think I'm playing you.
Uh-oh.
This is where you get to watch the devs play each other.
There we go. Devs are facing off against each other. So to join a guild, you go ahead and click the icon in the top left, your player profile, and then you'll see a tab that says guild. So click on the top left first, and then the second tab that pops up is a guild tab, and you should be able to join from there.
Your Titans are ready to deploy.
Just let me win
It's a
it.
question that's popped up a couple times. Would the devs consider a friendly frontier matchmaking, which I'm assuming means no exchange of trophies? I've heard that question several times.
Well, we do have the challenge mode in there right now, so you can play against your members of your guild, just as we're doing right here. Having the matchmaking mode for that, that's something that we'll have to just talk about.
Yeah.
We just lost hardpoint Alpha.
Particle Dev 4 versus Jay Dizzy. Who's Particle Dev 4? Did you get your butt kicked?
No, I'm playing right now.
You're playing right now?
About to kick some butt.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
that's confidence.
You know he's Waylon Yutani, right?
Yeah, I also made BT.
Bravo hard.
I don't know if you heard that, but I said he's Waylon Yutani, right? And Anthony goes, "Yeah, but I made BT." That's true. Yeah. That is true.
This fight is too close for comfort.
Yeah, there we go. Let us know how it goes.
We switch over to Anthony's stream and watch this.
I wish we could do that. Well, I don't, because that would be a technical nightmare. We had a hard enough time getting all this running today.
Who's off that BT core? Dropping Ronin.
Is there a way for guild leaders to leave and play the devs? I don't think so currently, right? You can't be a guild leader and leave your guild without it auto transfers to somebody, right?
It would, yeah. So they would have to transfer it back
Yeah.
when you return.
So if you leave your guild and you were the guild leader, it'll transfer to someone else, and they would have to transfer it back. So hopefully you trust people.
We lost Alpha.
That's one way of taking out Jack, by the way. After he comes out of phase, you use Reserve Strider and then finish him off with another pilot like that. Really didn't take too much damage at all in any of my units to defend against him.
Thanks for that. I wish there were trophies involved.
Oh, BT just annihilated that Strider. Slam.
Sitting on full supply.
And I gotta say, the animation on both of those units, animation on all of them is fantastic. But the Jack BT stuff is just so neat to look at and to watch, like how fluid it is, and the interaction between the two models must have been really challenging, because those are the first units to really do that. I mean, BT is the first unit to really have that execution and that pickup animation, which I think just looks great. So.
Yeah, we sang right. It's a great job with that. And we've wanted Titan on Titan executions for a while, so it's great to finally get it in there.
I'm sure that's a whole nother series of challenges, because you have all the different models to contend with. And
Yep.
I'm gonna see if I can hold on to this one. I don't know. It's another close match. Ghost got there just in time.
So we have some new people that have just joined the stream. Thank you so much. Right now we're just doing a play with dev session for a little while, which is going to be fun. At the 30-minute mark, which is about 15 minutes from now, we're going to be doing another giveaway of some Jack and BT bundles. So you want to stick around for that. And then we're of course going to do some Q&A, play some games, hang out, announce some of the upcoming stuff. Some stuff that's actually coming out next week that we can kind of talk about. So it'll be fun. So stick around for that. Near the end, we'll be announcing all the fun new stuff.
I managed to squeak out a win there. I'm going to switch up my deck a little bit before I take on another match.
Mr. Boswell says, Jack Cooper and BT are excellent additions. Way to go, devs. Thank you. You know, it's tricky because, like I said, I really just started monitoring social this week. And, when they came out, I was really nervous about if people were going to freak out about their level of how powerful they were. Because you never know. With a competitive game, anytime you introduce some powerful characters, it threatens to upset the balance. But I really feel like you did a good job of the cost versus their effective level. And really, I think players are already finding ways to counter them. Like, I'm already not as scared when I see them. Yeah. Only after a couple days. So I haven't seen really that many people screaming, foul, which is good.
Yeah, and everybody's experience is going to be different. So
Right.
One person might have a couple of rough run-ins with them, and other people might not have the same trouble. And it's also a bit of a question mark is when we release these new cards and we put them out into the wild, of seeing how do people figure out how to use them, what do they pair them with, what do they use against them, and what their experiences are. And we're watching the stats for all that, so we'll be paying attention to how people are doing and making adjustments as we need to.
Monster Clips says, any updates on Titanfall 2? I do not have any information about Titanfall 2, but thank you for asking. It's a fantastic game. I love it. But I don't have any information. Oracle Des says, Hodor. I say too soon. Nat Mecca has entered battle. Thank you so much. We appreciate your follow. And like I said earlier, for those of you folks that haven't given us a follow yet here on Twitch at the Particle City account, we are going to be doing community streams quite frequently and dev streams. So you're going to be seeing this this Twitch account active a lot more than it was in the past. So make sure you give us a follow so that you get a notification when we go live. We're doing all sorts of giveaways and fun information. You know, we're kind of an open book, so you can always come and ask the devs questions or ask myself a question, and I will find the right person to give you some sort of an answer.
Good luck.
All right, this time I'm up against AKEHE. I'm not sure how to say that.
I think it's a strange, like a cough then a laugh. Like,
I've got Jay Dizzy.
like that.
Jay
Monster
Disney.
Clips, thanks for the follow. I think next
How'd you do?
next stream we're gonna have some fun sound effects to go along with our Falling Titans.
Yeah, it's a nice addition. I like that.
Creature 3773, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sometimes when you're playing a match, the enemy can get all 3 hard points really early, and it can kind of you can feel bad about it, but it's really not the end of the world. You can come back from it. We'll see if I can do it right now, but I did let him. His gunner came up to my base, and I was able to take his gunner out without taking any damage for it.
Online.
But he's fighting pretty hard, so we'll see if I can come back from this. It's a big deficit.
Man, these guys that you've been facing off against, they're no joke.
No.
It's the real deal.
We have many players out there with thousands of games played now on live.
Corp Level Ninja says, just bought Jack and BT, can't wait for lunch so I can play.
Yeah.
You and me both, man. I'm actually really eager to play.
I thought you were going to say I'm really hungry.
I actually am hungry, but I can wait. It's no big deal, guys. I'll be fine. As I fall out of the chair.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
We're falling behind. Keep it together.
This is another good match.
Fly boost.
I don't know about that. It's 1 point to 81.
I mean, it's good for him.
Yeah, it's good for him. I'm trying to give away as much stuff as I can today.
Resources boost.
Oh, just barely.
Bravo secured.
Yeah, someone's doing a countdown. We have about 10, 12 more minutes before we do another giveaway, so thank you guys for hanging in there and hanging out with us. We are kind of fielding questions as we do play with devs for a while. So, again, if you join the Particle City Guild, you have an opportunity to play against the dev team. So there are people in design and art and basically everybody in the studio is hopping on now, so you can play against anybody. Or you might get Hugh and be on the stream.
I'm playing something called Bassaros or something like that.
Bassaros?
Something like that.
So Bassaros, if you were playing, the person you're playing against is Josiah, who is designs all these beautiful levels.
I just finished Jay Disney's. GG.
Can I throw Chris? You can throw popcorn in my mouth. It's fine.
This one's over.
Just try not to get the eyes.
GG.
Oh, Chicken Nuggets
Beat
421 has entered battle. Now, see, everyone's just making names now to make me hungry. Thank you for the follow. Please deliver chicken nuggets to the studio. We would appreciate that.
Let's see what's happening in the frontier.
Who was in charge of Facebook launch giveaway? I got my shirt and stickers. Thank you. You're very welcome. Our friends at Nexon were actually the ones that shipped that stuff out, so thank them. They did a great job of getting that stuff out to people all over the country. And to my knowledge, everyone has received their goodies from the last big giveaway that we did. So if you won physical stuff on the last stream, you probably have it by now. And please, by all means, if you got a shirt or if you got stickers, send it to me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. I want to see it, and I'll go ahead and put pictures of you up in your shirt because I love to see that kind of stuff. So if you did win something last time and you're here this time, send us a picture. I want to see it. Make sure it's tasteful. Nothing scandalous. Please. Particle Chris says, dang, I think he was going to send me... I'm going to allow that.
Did you just...
I allowed that one. Sometimes the filter pops up and I'm like, that shouldn't be filtered. That's funny. So I
Is
just...
that from Chris?
No,
Oh.
no. Chris is saying equally scandalous things. But.
Okay.
Rapidly spam TFA into chat as many times as I can. Never received my package. Was going to wear during my streams. Definitely, Wayland Utani Guild. Reach out to me on social media or go ahead and find me. You can find me on Discord as well, and I can get your information to make sure that if you were supposed to get something, that you do indeed get it. Okay, so definitely just let me know. Mercy Lewis asks, are there any plans to show total wins or losses on the replay tab in the game in the future? I don't want people to see my total wins and losses personally. I think like
what do they mean exactly? Because we do show your total wins in your player profile.
Yeah, we just don't show losses.
So it shows wins currently, but not losses.
Right.
Okay. So do you Mercy Lewis? Do you mean?
Prepare to engage enemy forces.
I guess be more specific, and I'll see if I can ask.
GG
Pilot Jack
Bass
Cooper here.
Ross.
Did you win or did you lose?
I did, but they almost took out my main turret.
Oh,
so
nice.
it was close.
We just took control
Mercy
of
Lewis is
hardpoint
correct. It's in profile, but not quick review. Under reply.
Oh, double jack. What's gonna happen?
You always want to be the second Jack.
Yeah, I noticed. Jack and Ghost. Wow.
This is a good match.
Your Titans are almost ready. 30 seconds.
I feel like I've faced off against Riker before, and Riker has.
He seems familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
I feel like it's very familiar. I feel like Riker may have beaten me before. Light Angel's asking about changes to the replay. Asking, is there any way that you could put in a slider so that you can fast forward, like if you're watching a certain part of a movie? These are all just suggestions and
Interesting.
such. Yeah.
We can look into that.
Yeah.
Alpha secure.
Which dev is streaming and good GG Dev 2? Who's Dev 2? Josiah's Dev 2. He's back there. Pop his head in. You can see him actually in the corner. Hugh is streaming right now from the iPad Pro.
And that's the just Particle Dev account. Just
Particle Dev, yeah. Particle. If you get Particle Dev, you're actually facing off against Hugh, who's the one streaming right now.
Charlie secure. Slice and dice.
So there is a question here from Mr. Boswell. Says, talking about dropping a match. When you drop a match, is there any way you can preserve our trophies? From my understanding, that is the reason why trophy loss happens is to discourage people from purposefully quitting a match early. So it's a way of actually preserving the integrity of the game. From my knowledge, am I sort of right?
Yeah, I mean, if we did just forgive trophy loss for people disconnecting, it would open the door for exploitation. That said, we don't have any plans specifically to address that problem, but it's not something that I think is completely unsolvable.
Yeah, we're definitely looking to try to ease the pain that can happen when you end up disconnecting. But it's really hard to tell the difference between somebody like intentionally quitting and the game just quitting on its own.
Right.
We lost Alpha.
So right now, like I said, it's done to make sure that people don't quit intentionally. So that's why that is in place. Corporate Ninja asked, do you guys host other people streaming the game? Absolutely. So like I said, in the future, we're going to be doing community streams quite frequently, and we're also going to be hosting community streams and community events. So if you want to organize something like a tournament or something of that nature, just get in touch with me or get in touch with me on any of the social channels and say, hey, this is the time that I'm streaming TFA, and I will give you support on my end and blast it out there so people can see your stream. So, we'll chat if it's something you want to do. Talk to me directly, and then we'll figure something out.
just got in a match with Veritas.
We beat the devs, so pumped right now. You should be. These guys are really good. See, nice matches, guys.
Yeah, no joke.
Good times. Do you know where the other streams are? So we're obviously paying attention to folks that are streaming the game. If you are a streamer, or if you want to, essentially start streaming and you're not familiar with streaming and you want to start streaming TFA, let us know, and I'm happy to help you out in any capacity that I can. We are a small team. We love the game, we love our community, and we just want to give back as much as we can. So we're going to be supporting streamers and supporting content creators pretty heavily in the foreseeable future.
Here's that Bassarona.
Tough 726. I did notice that you were gone for 30 minutes, and I have a feeling that after this next giveaway you might go away for another 30 minutes.
Jack Cooper reporting for duty.
X Factor says, "Hi guys." I say, "Hello, X Factor."
You got hardpoint Charlie.
I used to read X Factor comics quite a bit.
We were just talking about Rob Liefeld.
Oh, really? Yeah. Good old X-Force and X Factor.
I'm trying to avenge Josiah here.
Your Titans will be ready in 30 seconds.
I might turn the camera around a little while so people can see this rainstorm that we're getting.
You got Alpha.
Ah, Domino. I'm very excited about the new Deadpool movie. Domino in it.
Dropping mine.
Okay, as soon as this match is over, we're going to do another giveaway. So once again, if you are just now tuning in, we are doing giveaways every 30 minutes. So we're going to be doing 2 more, actually 3 more. So we'll be doing one in just a few minutes, and we'll be doing 2 more after that. And we're going to give away some Jack and BT bundles. So hang in there until this match is over, and then I'll go ahead and flash the giveaway screen. And you guys will have a chance to win some fun stuff. Ooh, this is a good question. Any Titanfall Assault merchandise coming, mouse pads, etc.? I do not know the answer to that. But I think we would love like a life-size Titan. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I think we here in the studio would really like. We haven't done the dev Q&A just yet. We're actually going to do some Q&A after this next giveaway. We're going to be playing some games and doing some Q&A. So we'll have both going at the same time in just a few minutes.
More supply is on its way.
AU42, thank you so much for the follow.
More supply.
We lost Alpha.
I think a commuter Titan sounds like a very good idea.
This fight is too close for comfort.
A commuter Titan to drive me to work so I can play on the way. It's really good. Oracle asks, when are we going to get a North Star Titan card?
Good question.
Good question. This is actually a good question that I personally don't know the answer to that I'll find out for you. If you win and you already have the Jack and BT cards, what happens? So I'll find out.
Hardpoint Alpha.
I'll find out soon. I'll let you know.
Bravo secure.
I will definitely let the art team know that, Ninja. He says, I would love some art. That Panorama 360 photo that was put on Facebook a few days ago was badass. I'm a huge fan. I'm not just saying that because I work here. I'm a huge fan of the art style. I love it. I think it suits the Titanfall universe perfectly, which I honestly didn't know if it would. And then I saw it in action. I was like, oh, it all just kind of works and looks beautiful. So I agree. I would love like a Trapper Keeper, a lunchbox, all sorts of fun stuff. I would love
Old style tin lunchbox, that'd be great.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
I need to get one of those cell phone chargers that we have.
I know. I didn't get one either. I got the
water
thermos. I got the thermos. Water bottle?
Yeah.
GG. Josiah's avenged.
They're on the run.
All right.
Good job, soldier.
Here we go. Good match. All right, so quickly what we're going to do is we're going to do another giveaway. So if you are in chat now and you type TFA, you have an opportunity to win the Jack Cooper and BT7274 bundles. We're going to be giving away a handful of those every half an hour. So there'll be one at 4:30 Eastern and another one at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we're about halfway through the stream now. We're going to leave this up for a couple of minutes. Let you guys go ahead and type TFA in the chat. And I'm going to go grab a drink real quick.
Put those resources to good use.
All right, guys, got a special video for you, and then we're going to come back and do some Q&A. That'll help.
What happened?
You're muted. We're all deaf. There we go. I swear I clicked the button.
Nah.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you get tired. So now you can hear us. Chris, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself now?
I am Chris Bromby, and I'm the art director.
There we go. Worked better the second time.
Yeah, it was better.
So hopefully some of you guys are going to win some of the stuff from that last giveaway. Like I said, we have a couple more fun segments planned. We're going to do community Q&A now, where you can ask Chris or really anybody on the dev team a question, and we'll go ahead and answer. And we'll also be playing against you guys, so don't go ahead and leave your guild just yet, or leave the Particle City guild just yet, because you can still play against the devs. We're going to keep that going for a little bit while longer. So for dev Q&A, really, if you have any pressing questions, go ahead and ask here in the chat. And if we don't see too many questions coming in, we're going to jump in and play some games. But like I said, we're going to do another giveaway at 4:30 Eastern, another one at 5. And near the end, we're also going to be talking about stuff that's coming out for the game, so stuff we have not announced yet. So there's some announcements here at the end as well. So, all right, so here we go. I've seen this question on the forums, and obviously it's a popular question. Very challenging, I believe, to implement, but people are wanting a 2v2 mode. Yeah, a 2v2 mode. And I'll answer as a non-dev, really hard to implement. It would be awesome as a fan to see it, but beyond that, I don't think there's any plans to do a 2v2, to my knowledge.
So it has definitely come up, whether it's two players playing on the same side versus AI or actual 2 players versus 2 players. We actually, I think we talked about this before, we actually had a bug at one point where 2 players were joining in, or actually 3 players were joining into a single match with 2 on the same side. So it's technically possible. It's just something we would have to figure out, like what the design would be. Would both players on either side have their full array of cards, or would we give you a subset? And then what really, I think one of our biggest concerns is just the performance, depending on how many units these players could get out there. So it's definitely not unfeasible. It's something we're talking about.
There you go. That was more information than I was expecting. I love when that happens. Here is one that I've also seen pop up on the forums. Any plans for a friends list or be able to friendly battle against friends?
Yeah. In fact, I think it's being worked on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you can battle people in your guild right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the same thing. If your friend joins your guild, then
Yes,
there you go.
this is kind of an extension
Yeah.
beyond that.
So
it's something
there's
we
an
want.
answer. Let me just say that like as like working like with the community and like having open answers like that is first of all weird because I'm not used to it, but awesome.
We're a little weird.
No, it's awesome that you guys are just like, yeah, it's something that we're working on or it's something that we're thinking about working on. Like honestly, guys, you should be very appreciative that these guys are as open as they are. It's rare in the industry, and I think it's super cool. So, give them thumbs up in your minds at least. Let's see. Here is a question about PvE modes, and I saw one up earlier about a boss battle mode, which obviously is sort of a grand request. So any plans for sort of like a PvE mode, a story mode, boss battle mode,
You
anything?
cover this one 'cause Chris has
Story
been
mode.
Chris has been asking for a PvE mode since we started.
I mean, I'm a big PvE story player, so I've always wanted a story mode. And the practice commanders that we have in there right now are kind of like our first
like a
phase.
precursor.
Yeah, our first phase. So expect more
Cool.
in the future.
Hey, that's awesome. So there you go. I too am a fan of story mode in games, and actually, playing against the AI commanders, it is super cool. But you want to see like a little bit of like flavor in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool lore in the Titanfall universe that we touch on to
Right.
a degree, but we always wanted to dive in deeper.
Yeah.
So this would be heading in that direction.
And that's one thing I think that's fantastic is you guys have access to, a lot of the materials that have been developed by Respawn, if not all of them, in terms of the lore and the background of these characters in this universe. So you have like the encyclopedia of knowledge, at your disposal to like use and tweak out at will. And I think there've been so many really interesting design choices that actually work well within the universe and different ways that the different Titans function, that they don't necessarily function that way in Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, but they would in a military situation. They would actually be modified to operate in that way. Like Thermal Scorch is an example. Like that's not really how he plays necessarily in the game, but like with the huge wall of fire walking around. But I think it's cool. It's cool that how you guys modify them and kind of transform those Titans and the pilots and the burn cards into an RTS experience, which I think is cool.
Yeah, we kind of knew it was important that the units stand out from each other in battle, and that was just something that Respawn was so like open to, of us like saying, hey, we want to give this ogre a giant hammer, and we want this other Atlas to not use a weapon at all, and just
Right.
punch things.
Right.
In fact, we have other characters planned and coming in the near future, and you guys have a call with Steve Fukuda from Respawn later
Right after
today.
this, yeah.
So
There we go. So there you go. So there is a lot of back and forth
I
for
really
those of
just
you
wanted to
who
say
are,
Steve Fukuda from Respawn.
yeah, for those of you who are fans of of Respawn and the Titanfall universe, these guys talk all the time, and it's really cool to see the back and forth. And like you just said, there's stuff coming. There's stuff down the pipes that I think you guys are really gonna like that I can't even really hint at without the lasers getting me. But there's cool stuff. Let's go ahead and I'll pose some more questions to you guys while we play some games. So let's go ahead and jump in and. Like I said, you can go ahead and join the Particle City Guild. You will have to leave your current guild, and hopefully they invite you back. But go ahead and face off against our devs here. We're going to go ahead and do some dev play and answer some questions at the same time. Light Angel asks, what about a way to post your replays as a public resource, which would be a great way of learning from the pros? It's also would be a good way to generate web content revolving around the game. So
we do have it's built in where you can video capture or broadcast from the game.
Mhm.
So that's kind of a workaround to do the same thing if you just want to do it to a live match or replay a replay and then just record it. And
I
send
think
it
it's
out.
great that that's implemented at all. I mean, there's so many games that don't have that feature. So
Prepare to engage enemy forces.
I think you're like out of sync because I'm seeing you are.
A Beast asks,
You
I
right,
need
Gil?
my Mountain Dew Ion.
No.
I actually had that Mountain Dew Ion for a while and I used it quite heavily.
Spectre's ready.
I was one of those people that was guilty of drinking probably 40 gallons of Mountain Dew just to get codes for XP boost for Titanfall 2.
Systems active.
Let me ask you guys this. This is a serious dev question. If you could have Titanfall Assault tied to any beverage or food as a promotion, what would you tie to?
Some sort of barbecue chain for me.
Yeah.
Like a barbecue Titan.
Sonny's
Sunny's
deep,
or Four
deep
Rivers.
quit.
That's,
I'm going with
very
Dunkin'
southern.
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts
Dunkin'
would be
would be good.
fantastic.
And you could have the commercial like drop a donut into a thing of coffee and Titanfall. I'm writing this commercial right now. Come on, someone get on this.
Please, can we make this a
Titanfall
reality?
Donut.
Dunkin' Donuts, if you are watching, we're looking for a sponsorship. What would a Titanfall Assault donut be like?
Probably have like, I don't really like this stuff, but it'd probably have like walnuts or something in the chocolate.
Walnuts.
Because it's like all like rocky. And
Oh, I
tough.
see it. I
don't
see.
know.
Yeah.
It's got to have like a little gummy pilot in the middle with a cream filling.
We've lost Charlie.
I am playing Diplex.
Trixie asks, "Have you joined the Discord yet?" I'm in there for sure, and I know some of the devs are in there as well. Not all of them, because they're really busy working on the game. There's not a ton of time for that, but I will encourage that as well.
Yeah, we always have people lurking. Us and Nexon have people lurking
Yeah.
in there.
There's definitely folks from Particle City and from Nexon in there frequently.
Your supply meter is full.
I want a spazzing coffee Ronin. That'd be great too. I'm down with that.
We just lost hardpoint Alpha.
Tough asks Whiskey Titans.
Hardpoint Bravo.
Oh, NXM Cat Lady's here.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
She is.
I have to stop talking about Dunkin' Donuts now. All right, so in about 15 more minutes, we're going to do another giveaway. We're just doing some Play with Devs now and quick Q&A. We are, of course, showing off Jack and BT in action. Chris, maybe since you're here and you are the art director, why don't you do a little bit of a breakdown of what goes into the process of the creation of an all-new unit like BT?
Yeah, that's good. Actually, do you have the Jack and BT art up for the promo?
I don't think I have it plugged
okay.
in.
We're good.
Captain
But-
Barboa, thank you for following us.
Well, so first step is we always start with concept. We look at the references out there, pull assets from Titanfall 2. We have access to all the models and pretty much everything from the Titanfall 2 game. So we pull that in as reference. Concept does basically a pass over that. We kind of fit it to our style and to match our perspective of and presentation of the game. We do a couple iterations on that, color versions, like full rendered versions of those. And then we start going into the blockout phase, and we basically block out the model. A lot of the Titans are kind of fit around Titans that we already have, so they fit proportions, and they play well with animation, camera, and everything like that. BT's a little bit more unique because he's a new chassis type, so he got a little bit more love than most of our Titans, and we knew we wanted him to be very special, so we took a little bit more time, massaging him and getting him just right. But we've got our modelers, Anthony's the one that did BT, and then he took a lot of time in ZBrush and made him look really nice. And I was talking when I was playing, and I ended up. I wasn't playing a real player this time because I was talking so much. But
it's a close match nonetheless.
So we take a few passes through modeling, and once we get it to a point where it looks good, we start doing a low polygon version of it, and we get him rigged up and running around in game. And sometimes that happens even before he's completely finished, just because we want to get him moving or get the asset moving through the pipeline and seeing how it's going to work out. And eventually it gets all finished up, and then we do nice portrait renders of it and start putting it in different places and make it look all cool.
It's awesome. That's awesome. Torch Dragon says the sound is awesome. Let them know that I appreciate their work. Then he says the person in the toilet stall next to me might not appreciate it. Apparently he's playing in the toilet. I'm sure they appreciate it. I mean, it's always nice to have some extra entertainment, right?
I'm gonna level up BT, even though so this is a dev account, so sorry for anyone who plays after this, but so you can see his cool level up animation.
Oh, cool.
We really wanted to show this off.
Very nice.
So it's based off of what you see BT do in Titanfall 2, of course, where he figures out how to use his thumbs up.
The thumbs up,
Yeah.
I saw so many. If you haven't played Titanfall 2, I might spoil something here, but there are a lot of people that were saying on the social channels, "Oh, BT's in this game. That means he's alive." I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily what it means. But come on, everybody knows BT's alive. Let's be frank.
Well, I will say that's something that Respawn has given us sort of license to do is as we're coming up with new characters. So like Jack and BT are the first named pilots and Titans that we're putting in the game. What are you looking at me?
No, I'm just
Oh, I thought I was about to say something I shouldn't.
Don't tell Jack and BT are in the game.
But as we're looking at other characters we can draw from, we have total free reign to even choose from characters that are deceased from the past. So expect to see some people like Lastimosa could be one that we're looking at.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Pilot Jack Cooper here.
And I am playing Doo-Doo.
oh, I just played Doo-Doo.
Doo-doo. Wow.
Doo-Doo, I apologize, I just leveled up BT, so...
Kelsey Quick, 13. Thank you so much for following us. We appreciate it.
Dropping mine. Bravo secure.
Be advised.
Rule in life is you should never apologize to Doo-doo. Just generally speaking.
We got Alpha. We're taking Charlie. Bravo hardpoint lost.
Scanning 4 targets.
Corp Ninja, we're actually going to go ahead and near the end of the stream, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. So we will show off who's on the top and give some shout outs as well.
Lost Alpha.
Bad Weatherman OG, thank you for following us here on Twitch. We appreciate it.
I am here to help.
Bravo hardpoint lost.
I know.
Ready for combat.
Ghostscape, thank you. We appreciate the follow very much.
It's looking good for us. Don't look back. Supply boost inbound.
Put mine at the hard point in case those grunts come in.
Bravo secure.
I'm currently in the guild Aces High because I like the song. And I was in Kimberly's guild, but she kicked me out.
Kimberly's not fooling around.
I was dead weight, so she got rid of me. Maybe one day I'll work my way back up.
Yeah, you gotta keep up.
Yeah, serious business. It's okay, Kimberly. I forgive you. I would kick me out too. It's okay.
Ooh, BT execution.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, it looks like they both went out at the same time, actually.
I like to see that Sniper Ion in use. I actually used Sniper Ion quite a lot my first couple of weeks playing. And then I just recently kind of took him out. But I like that unit a lot. I don't see too many people playing him. But he does just a mega ton of damage if you play him right.
Yeah.
Put him in the back line and
Yeah,
you just
if you protect them.
yeah. Proxy user asks how many hits to charge BT's core.
I don't know how many exact hits. He was getting us enough.
We're getting the info for
It's
you.
like, it's like
okay?
how many licks does it take
Yeah.
to
You're
duel?
asking the right people.
You're trusting. Don't let up.
Changed it a couple times to developers. So I want to give the correct name.
JGSDF74, thank you so much for following us on Twitch. We very much appreciate it.
That's your Ronin with my Ronin.
Basiros, thank you for following us.
The sword battle I have in the center.
I know, it's nice. Ooh. That is so fun.
Alright, BT.
Bravo secure. Charlie lost.
If you guys don't have any more questions, keep the ideas coming too. We're always listening.
Yeah, absolutely. What Ted just said. So if you don't have any specific questions, but you have cool ideas,
Oh, nice.
now is a great opportunity to just fire off cool ideas, and there is no harm in showing us your cool ideas. I'll read some of them out to the devs, and they can either say, that's a cool idea, or that's a terrible idea.
We'll never say that.
And that first score is 20 to charge it and
Stealth systems
10
active.
shot points to charge it.
Okay, 20 to charge
Great
the burst core,
comeback.
and then 10 to discharge it.
Pulling out.
Okay, 10 to discharge it. So there you go. BT's is 20 to charge and 10 to discharge.
I was just beat by Doo-Doo.
You-
Great comeback at the end.
Oh, that was close.
Ooh, that is a close match. Very nice. Good job, Doo-Doo.
Number one.
Doo-Doo's number 2.
Number 2.
Wow.
Oh. In this case, Doo-Doo's number 1.
It is.
Sorry, Chris. You're number 2.
Dad jokes.
Number one are hearts.
Alright, I'll jump into another one.
People are going to unfollow for the terrible puns that we're doing. Dad joke. Yeah. Factual. Those are all I have left, Kimberly.
We want to do a set of custom emotes that are nothing but dad jokes
Oh.
for Chris. He'll write
Yep.
them all.
That'd be great. So Light Angel 11 asks, can you add a capture icon on cards that have the ability to capture hardpoints? I know you can add profile and look at capture power, but having it on the card while creating a deck is super helpful. So maybe a special indicator if the unit has the capacity to capture. So, noted. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like a capture effect icon. It
Yep.
tells you something happens when they capture a hard point. But
Touch Dragon agrees. +1 to unit can capture identifier.
yeah. At one point we did have multiple icons on the cards to
Yeah.
represent different things. It was starting to look a little cluttered,
Yeah,
so we
th-
reduced it.
This could be a more minimalistic thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, because majority of, all pilots capture.
Even, yeah.
Oh, no one accepted my challenge.
Oh, I'll do it.
Magnolia. Let's go.
I will accept your challenge.
Wildburn asks, any chance of us getting APIs to access leaderboards or guild rosters out of game, or perhaps some way of posting them, like a live version of them someplace?
Pretty cool.
We'll ask our
Prepare to
engineers
engage
about that.
enemy forces.
There you go. Asking
Everything's
engineers.
possible.
Oh, let's see. You guys missed my stats comment from earlier. More post-match stat. More post-match stat, total supply used. So basically, Touch Dragon's asking for more information, how much supply was used, supply efficiency, etc. So I guess for the people that are really into data, he wants more data.
Yeah, we could always add like a advanced tab for the stat junkies.
Just got some Jack on Jack, and Jack got attacked.
Yeah, that's where as Hugh said earlier, the second Jack to arrive has the advantage.
Wild Burn says, I'd like to know how many times I've dropped shield grunts. Me too. Many times. So this is actually going to be, we're going to go ahead and quickly, after this match is over, do another giveaway. So if you're still here patiently waiting, we're going to do a giveaway at 4:30 Eastern Time. And we're doing Jack and BT bundles, so I'll go ahead and put the graphic up for that and show you guys, or give you guys an opportunity to win some stuff. And then after that, we're going to do a little bit of what I like to call the community corner. We're going to give some shout-outs in the community, talk about some stuff that's coming up in the game, continue to answer questions, continue to play the game, and at the end, of course, we're going to do another giveaway right around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So hang around till the end. All sorts of fun stuff planned. This is a question from Locust 2501. Why does the game sometimes seem to end early, like enemy is at 97 or 98, and you think you can cap and hold them off, and you lose, and it says they were at 100, and they haven't reached 99? I actually had not seen that personally, but
so we've had problems in the past. We solved most of them along the way with slight desyncs where one score might be slightly off than another. That really shouldn't be happening much at all. It could be a case of there's issues where you get the score right behind the scene, but it doesn't stay out long enough to actually see it go from like 97 to 100. If you have 3 hardpoint captured, you could get those 3 points like that. So something we've talked about is just adding a little bit of a delay at the end, so you can at least get the satisfaction of seeing you go to 100. That locks in, and then you won. So I think that's what they're saying.
that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot going on. You have 2 different tablets zapping a signal into space and then communicating with each other. And, you know, I mean, you think about that, like the fact that, I mean, this is just me nerding out. The fact that you can sit and, like, you guys here are watching a live stream playing against the devs in real time, and the signal's actually bouncing all throughout.
Ash was actually born in the 1950s.
I know,
He fell into the iceberg.
The internet, guys. As someone who was without the internet for 12 days due to the hurricane, I have learned to really appreciate it.
You've reverted.
I have, and now I'm a fan of the technology and what it can do. But yeah, no, I think it's fantastic, and I see what you're saying, though. It would be disconcerting if you see 98 and you think you can win, and then all of a sudden the match is over. So I think it's probably just communication.
And it's really more about just delaying the match end to make sure you see that score lock in, which we're going to be pushing an update on October that's actually going to do that anyway, where players can emote before and after a match actually begins, because like right now that's one of the things that bugs us is you can emote right after the match starts, but usually you're so busy deploying things, and then you can emote right before the match ends, but as soon as it ends you can't anymore, so we're going to extend those time periods.
Okay.
Ted was talking.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All
right,
that's a technical foul.
you guys are in luck. It is 4:30 Eastern Time, and we are going to do another giveaway. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
I am ready.
Simply go ahead and shout TFA in the channel here, and you will have an opportunity to win a Jack Cooper and BT7274 bundle. We're going to leave this open for a couple minutes. I'm going to turn the mic off for a second and run and grab a drink of water, and then I'll be right back. I'll probably forget to turn the mic on again.
You won't forget.
Remind you.
Did it.
It's for sure unmuted.
It's for sure unmuted. Okay, we are back. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I grabbed a quick drink, and we're now into the last half an hour. We got some cool stuff to announce. So we'll wait for Ted to get back here in a second, and then we'll start talking about some fun stuff. So before we get started announcing some of the cool new stuff that's en route and on the way, I do want to announce that we are going to be doing community streams regularly. So if you follow us here on Twitch, you can of course be notified when we're going to be doing our community streams, and I'll also go ahead and put them up on the social channels as well. No definitive dates set quite yet because there's still some stuff that's kind of in flux and moving around, but it'll be here on this channel. It's likely going to be on Tuesdays, and we're going to be doing giveaways and playing with the community and hanging out and having fun. And we'll still be doing dev streams as well. So we'll be doing both, and so you'll see a lot more activity here on the stream. But let's quickly go ahead and talk about Titan Showdown.
Oh yeah, so the Titan Showdown is a community event. We're going to kick it off on Monday. There'll be a pre-announcement, which is what you're seeing on screen, coming out on Sunday. So the idea behind this event is that for a 1 week period, we will be looking at the Titans that are being used in battle and tracking their wins, and essentially breaking them down into 3 groups based on their chassis. So you have your light Titans, which are your Ronins and your Striders. You've got your medium, which are your Atlas and Vanguard, which is what BT is, and Ion. And then you have your heavies, which are your Ogres and your Scorches. And then what's going to happen is each day of this event, we're going to post an update of which chassis is currently winning in terms of like the most number of wins. And the way that you can affect this is, if you, let's say you're a big fan of Striders, you could stack your squad with Striders and Ronins, and having all 3 of those slots filled, it's going to give that chassis, the light chassis, more points towards this content or this contest every time you win a match. So it's just going to advance that chassis further. And the reason you want to do that is at the end of the week, once this whole event is done, we'll announce the winner, and then we will give everyone that participated a free cache that is going to be themed towards the winning chassis. So you get light Titans out of it, medium if medium win, heavy if heavy win, obviously. And then to participate, really all you have to do is battle during that time period. So anybody that battles during the week, you'll benefit from this event.
It's pretty awesome. So who do you think at this point is going to actually win the Titan Showdown?
Ooh, it's hard to say. I mean, the fact that we just released BT and that he's a medium Titan, that gives the medium Titans a bit of an advantage. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what people tend to favor. I see a lot of heavies out there. Yeah. Most people have a tank within their squad. Yeah. So that's already going to give them points. But a lot of people have well-balanced squads too, with equal amounts of light, mediums, and heavies. So it's tough to say.
Yeah, my current live deck favors light because I have Smoke Strider and Ronin generally, and then I have Core Ion. He is my 7-day login reward. So
he was mine too.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
That beam is just so satisfying. It obliterates everything. I think it's fun. So how long does the event last, and really like sort of just the nuts and bolts of like how people participate. Like if you were to like sit down as a player and you wanted a particular chassis to win the event, like what would you do as a player?
That would just be loading up your squad with that chassis.
Okay.
And then just getting out there and try to win as many battles as possible. These are all battles through the battle button, so like guild friendly challenges or versus AI commanders, those don't apply. So just get in there and fight other players, and yeah, just stack your squad with whatever chassis you want to win.
Yeah, flip back over. So like if I want light chassis to win, I'm gonna go with that deck right there, and that should be a deck that players at lower levels can still get right there.
Nice.
As long as they've unlocked a Ronin.
I haven't gotten a Ronin yet, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I have not, no.
And we'll be announcing updates every day. So if you see that your chassis is not in the lead, then just get out there and fight more.
Yeah.
And it runs until
next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
So it doesn't start until this coming Monday. So after this weekend.
So there you go. So Monday through Sunday, you'll be able to participate in The Titan Showdown. So
and
once
you
again,
really can't miss it. You'll see this big pop-up come up at the start of the game, and we'll have a news item explaining the rules. And again, we'll just be updating you every day, and then the rewards will come through your inbox.
And this is the first one of these we're really doing, and who knows? We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, no, this is just the shape of things to come.
Awesome. Do we have anything else that we can tease yet? If not, that's totally fine. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
I'm trying to think what we haven't talked about.
We
don't
do
wanna
have
repeat ourselves.
We do have some stuff coming up for the holidays.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
we can talk about that.
You know, October's coming, so there might be some stuff.
Yeah,
for that.
we're all. I think all of us here at the studio are fans of the month of October. So look for pumpkin spice Titans.
It should be spooky.
Oh, I was thinking pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I think I just got fired. No, so yeah, we're fans of holidays and we're fans of October. So perhaps something is coming.
I will say expect a spooky card that is definitely within the Titanfall universe and the Titanfall brand. So if you think about what's out there right now,
yes,
that's
I know.
kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That would make a good card. Expect to see that.
Chat lighten up right about this.
I see pumpkin spice for life. See, we already have Reapers. Spectre Lives has entered the battle. Reaper Sit Ninja. There's a lot of theories. Spooky Boys. David S. Pumpkin Titan. I just made that one up.
and I will just say we're big Halloween fans around here. We decorate
are.
the office throughout, so that could give you a little hint as well.
Very good. So we're going to do some more play with the devs, but I do want to give a quick community shout out. One of the things I've been doing since I kind of started lurking the social channels is looking at folks that are doing an exceptional job of sharing the game and having fun with the game. And so first is to Boss Joel, and you can find his videos on YouTube. He's been doing really fantastic looks at specific cards and strategies and things of that nature. So in our community streams, what we're going to do in the future is highlight some of these players and show off some of their content on our streams. And of course, we're going to be hosting some of their Twitch streams as well on our Particle City channel. So if you are a content creator, please reach out to us and let us know. So first is Boss Joel. Mike at Midnight is also a streamer who has been streaming TFA. And so thanks to Mike at Midnight, he's been doing lots and lots of streams. He frequently plays, for a couple hours here and there, but has lots of insight into the game. He's pretty highly ranked. He's a good guy. I've watched a lot of his stuff. It's really good. And Jay Dizzy from Wayland Yutani, who I just actually met the other day in Discord, and he has also been creating content on YouTube for TFA. So big thanks to Jay Dizzy as well. So like I said, I'm a fan of you guys. If you are creating content for TFA, get in touch with me. Let me know. I'll be happy to highlight it and show it off. I think that's super cool, and I love that you guys take the time and care enough about the game to do it sincerely. So simply let me know. Let's quickly take a look at the leaderboards, which is something we've been doing at the end of these streams, and kind of show who's on top players. So we have Tough from Big Easy, Eugene from Wayland Yutani, Match from Wayland Yutani, Hero Yui, Wayland Yutani, and Schwerpunk from Easy Company. And
This goes on and on.
yeah, I'm just trying to check out some of the other guilds. Oh, there's a guildless.
I know.
Look at that guy. Just doesn't. He's a Ronin. He needs no allies. You don't see my name anywhere. No. Like no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, there's Jay Dizzy.
I love seeing some of the names.
Yeah.
Oh, the names are fantastic. Drunk Boss.
Wet Towel. Would have never
Wet
thought of that.
Towel. Warriors. Titan 87. That guy's name is redacted from the Big Easy. Doo-doo. There's Doo-doo.
Oh, doo-doo. Oh,
So you're seeing lots of Big Easy, lots of Wayland Yutani. Secret Squirrel. I don't think I've seen too many of those. I know TTK was top 3, top 4 for a while.
See, one or two people I know personally.
3.
Epic Gamers, SG Grenadiers. Let me ask you guys this: any chance that there's going to be any new additions to the guild icons in the future?
Yeah, I think there should be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got big customization plans, which we've talked about in the future. Anything from player avatars to guild icons, that's all fair game.
Awesome. Any chance we can see like a coffee, like a Dunkin' Donuts? We can.
I guess it depends on what happens after the stream, right?
Yeah. Somebody call Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, Mr. Duncan. Let's go ahead and check out the guilds real quick and see who is on top as of this stream.
Oh, guildless, yes.
Yeah.
I could say time to make the Titans.
There we go. So Wayland's. I know Big Easy had taken the lead earlier. Big Easy is missing. Needs 2 more players. I will gladly join if you guys.
I'm surprised Wayland's got a spot right now.
TTK is back in top 3. Easy company. 500. Toronto Titans. Another Wayland Yutani.
A Widowmaker hanging in there.
Widowmaker. Aussie Pride. Aussie Knights.
A little bit, right?
You need some power?
I do.
Hold on,
Need some
let me
Titan juice.
Let me give Chris some power here. Pardon my reach.
Yeah, so a lot of guilds up there.
Kimberly says I need more trophies. I have internet back now, so I'll work on my trophies. All right, so we only have about 15 more minutes left, and before we close things out, so we're gonna do a couple more play with the devs matches, and I'll continue to field your questions and also your ideas and comments and concerns here in the chat. Some of you guys have been here throughout the entire 2-hour stream, and we very, very much appreciate it. Again, you should of course follow us here on Twitch if you're not doing so already. We'd appreciate that as well. And now is your opportunity to beat Chris, who is the art director. So if you want to go ahead and find or do a
Guild.
little guild match here.
The replays have been shared.
And we do have one more giveaway in about 15 minutes, so we'll be giving some stuff away at the very end of the hour. And I'll quickly plug Titan Showdown one more time.
If there's anything you guys want to see like in future streams, because Ash is going to do your Tuesday ones, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do these Friday ones whenever we have like something to show off or something new to announce.
Right. That's the plan. So yeah, Tuesday streams, like Ted was saying, my goal with those in the future is going to be to show off the stuff that you guys are doing and the things that you guys are excited about and content that you've created, and also play with you on the stream and just kind of hang out and have more of a casual community-driven experience. And then the dev streams will be focused around new content releases, things like Jack and BT and big balance changes and things of that nature. So we'll be doing both, which is love it or hate it, you'll be seeing more of my face.
We should do another art contest. That was fun.
Yeah, we should do that.
I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, please do another art contest. I'd love to see that.
Ooh, Jack just narrowly survived that.
Dropping mine.
Wildburn asks, are Titan shields a percentage of the Titan's health or a set value? And can you tell us how much that is?
I think it value, but it varies
Per Titan. Yeah, that's what I figured. So it varies per Titan. It's a set value. Oh, this is a good question, and one that I do not know the answer to. Cool99 asks, are you guys thinking about making limited edition cards in the future? I'm assuming he or she means cards that will eventually not be available anymore.
It's possible we could do something tied to like a special event. So if there's something that pops up where it's only for 2 weeks or a month, but there's a certain card that we release that you use in that event, but then it's not going to be released into the general meta. I think if we were to do it, it would be that way.
Okay.
We haven't discussed any specifics on it.
Because that's tricky, because if the card was, I could see like for me, just as like a layman, like outsider, non-designer, I could see it being a variant of the card having the same skills and abilities, like a physical, palette change or something of that nature. But I would say, I would imagine adding a card to the meta and then removing it, and only certain people having access to it would be bad.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that would be bad. So I could see like Jack with his helmet on or something, helmeted or something to that nature.
We've definitely always wanted from the beginning limited time game modes where you might have for a weekend. It's like, okay, now you only deploy Titans in a battle, so it's possible that there could be something that everyone gets.
Right.
That mode is active, that then just goes away. So it only appears when that mode is around.
That's cool.
BT's just clean up crew with this area in the middle.
Corp Ninja asks, are login rewards ever making a return?
So that might be a little bit of confusion. So something we did with this last build, this was mainly to make it a little more convenient. So login rewards, they're still there. We just show them in the upper right corner of the main screen. So where you'll normally see either the Titanfall Assault logo with artwork, or you'll see like advertisements for other bundles. The login rewards now live up there.
Okay.
So if you have one or more to collect, you'll see them stacked up there, or if they're waiting to fill in, there'll be a timer there. All you have to do is tap on that, and you'll collect it right then.
Awesome.
They could also be talking about the 7-day.
I think maybe they meant the 7 day.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that often confused on
7 day
social.
login, Ash.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So
And-
that system was always designed to return. It was used as a promotional thing in the beginning, just for players in the first week, just to give them some really cool content. But it was always intended as something that we wanted to come back and be a recurring thing. And funny enough, we're just talking about it recently.
Yep.
So yes, expect it to come back.
Kimberly's like my conscience, like 15 feet away, like your mic is muted.
Oh, it's not muted.
7 day login. No, it's not muted now.
I've been muted this whole time.
Shadow Stalker followed earlier, so thank you, Shadow Stalker.
Oh no. What's gonna happen again?
And then someone with a name,
you got
something
this.
Mocha, followed earlier as well, so thank
Take
you
that
for
one
following.
hard
I
point.
appreciate that.
Lock 'em up.
You got it.
It's a
Tight.
close one.
Oh no, he's got two though.
This is a very close one.
Could this be a draw?
Oh,
No, you
wait.
won. You lost.
Proxy user
Oh,
asks,
that was
hit,
good.
hit
Good
points
game.
that are displayed
I
on the
actually thought that was a draw for a
cards.
second.
That's good. Hit points that are displayed on the cards, is that the health and the shield value added together?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
I'm
Alright.
also posting all the specific
Do one?
level
Yeah.
1 stats for the Titans for their shields and hit points.
Did you issue a challenge?
Not yet.
Oh.
Ah, there we go.
Actually,
So these are the level 1 stats for the Titans with hit points and shields. So there you go. Thank you, Hugh. Data.
My arm's gonna get tired.
You're going to get a hug, sir. Uh-oh, battery warning.
It's all right.
It's all right.
We'll make it.
Stream's almost over.
Keep it quick.
We can make it 7 minutes.
Let's show 'em what we're made of.
Light Angel says, thank you, Particle Dev. That was fun. You just played
Nope.
against Chris,
yes, that was a good match.
art director.
And
Say hello to my
even with BT cleaning up that middle area the whole time.
We're so happy to see the Jack Cooper slide in action.
It's pretty awesome.
Sliding pilots is another wish list thing. So to see it come to life is great.
Dirtbag13 says, thank you for making legendaries a guarantee for pull for tier 3.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
dropping mine. Bravo secure.
And there is a chance for that Amp Trophy Award, Amp Trophy event. Even in the lower tier caches, there's a chance you could get a legendary.
VRTXF, thank you for following us. We appreciate that. Yes, so that data, I'll go ahead and make sure that that gets posted. Probably on the forums is the best place for safekeeping. So I can't say that I will get to it this afternoon, 'cause I have a couple things to do before this evening, but I will definitely make sure that gets on there on Monday. So if you don't feel like scrolling back and looking through the logs, then I'll make sure that I put it in the forums for you. How do I hop into the guild matches? I literally haven't joined another guild. So all you do is you go ahead and follow you join the Particle City guild. Probably only have time for one more match after this one, just letting you know. But join the Particle City guild and you'll be playing against the devs for the duration of this live stream. And when the live stream is over, this account likely will not get very much play, so you might want to leave and come back during the next one. Free to play, Can someone who is playing free to play still do well against people in this game? Yes, we talked about that actually on the last stream, and I think that actually, you know, I haven't spent really any money, and I do decently. I make fun of myself all the time, but I do okay, and I think it's very possible. I think that the way that the cards are rewarded, I think it's very possible to do well without spending money in this game.
Your supply meter is
Thermal
full.
Scorch is still one of my favorites.
He's so fun.
Hold ahead. Keep it going.
Spectre Live says, will there be any crossover or unlocks between Titanfall 2 and Titanfall Assault? Nothing to announce at this point, but like I said earlier, Particle City is working, of course, very closely with Respawn, and they communicate all the time. And they have a call in just a few minutes with each other.
I mean, we did just get Jack and BT.
There you go. You did just get Jack and BT, so that is technically a crossover.
I'd say that's the ultimate crossover.
There you go.
Deep Hunter's making a comeback. We can fight.
Got Bravo.
You got the hard points though.
Good game.
Good game.
On the run. Good job, soldier.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap stuff up. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to do one quick giveaway here at the end. Of course, we're giving away another Jack and BT bundle here. Thanks for tuning in. We will have more dev streams in the future, and I will be announcing community streams very soon. Please give us a follow on all of our social media channels. So Twitter, it's at TF Assault, Titanfall Mobile on Facebook, and Titanfall Mobile on Instagram. Like I said at the very beginning of the stream, we're going to be doing some fun stuff on Instagram too. We're going to get to see, kind of behind the scenes at the studio, and we're showing off a lot of fun stuff there. So definitely give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter as well. Thank you. Like I said, a lot of you guys have been here since the very beginning, and we really, really appreciate it. We'll be doing a lot of fun stuff with the community in the future. Thanks for sticking with us. If you ever have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me on social media. I'm happy to help you out in any way that I can. It's kind of what I like to do. Let's go ahead and give some stuff away. Thank you guys again, and we will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Really quick, just say TFA in the chat for a couple minutes. You have an opportunity to win stuff.